Who are your players to watch for both teams tonight?
So starting with Hedgesville, actually it's a matchup I'm looking to watch. I think Jackson Ruiz and Cameron Johnson are going to go at it tonight. Those two are probably the more athletic bigs on their team. I think they'll be guarding each other a lot. Jackson's more of a guy who likes to play ugly. He likes to go get offensive rebounds, put stuff back. Cam's got more of a smooth game. Cam can step outside and shoot a little bit, get to the rim. He's a good slasher. I'm anxious to watch those two go at it tonight.
And my two players to watch is the sophomore Jaden Gladney and the junior for Hedgesville, Christian Bolduck. Christian had a serious outburst versus Martinsburg and flashed the potential that he has that will have coaches in this area, in this region, sleeping very unsoundly next year when he's a senior.
Yeah, Christian can really, really shoot the basketball. When he gets his feet set, it's lights out.
So this Hedgesville team, although they're playing for a regional championship this year, come next year, they're a very, very dangerous team.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys back. It starts at the point guard spot, and really their leader all year has been Cam Wilkes. I actually talked to a couple members of the coaching staff. Cam wasn't expected to be that guy, but with injuries, Elijah King going out early in the year, Adam Walls was hurt, Christian Bolduck was hurt, and it was kind of on Cam's back. And really, Cam's a shy kid if you know him.
Yes.
That helped Cam step up and be a leader, and kind of take that next step to the next level.
Well, we have a technical foul to start the game due to issues with the books. And Cameron Wilkes goes to the line, and he misses his first shot. So we won't even have a tip. After Hedgesville shoots this shot, they will get the ball going out, and we'll have possession. He misses them both. So an easy chance to get 2 points and possession. You miss them both. And Ryan, that could be something that we come back and we look at later on in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I just hope, from a coach perspective, Cam can't let that bother him the rest of the game.
Yes.
Yeah, you started rough. Game's a long game, and it's going to be, it's going to be a 32-minute game tonight. So he's got to get that out of his brain early.
Yeah, and knowing his father, he has the mental toughness to be able to get past. Cameron Wilkes for two.
There he goes. He bounces right back. That's a big shot.
Short memory.
Yes, absolutely. Got to have it.
2-0 Hedgesville.
Hedgesville opens up in a man-to-man set. You're going to see a lot of this tonight, but I expect them to switch some.
And with Adam Walls back, who missed the last both games this year, he's a good physical presence at the guard spot. Jamari Jenkins with the attack. Adam Walls with the great defense. Hedgesville playing very sound defense at the time. Cameron Johnson attacks the basket. He misses. Will Shavli over the back. Not called. Tips the ball out of bounds. It will be Hedgesville ball. 7:14 left in the first quarter. Almost a turnover in the backcourt. Number 10, Jackson Ruiz, secures the ball to the point guard, number 4, Damon Cook. Being guarded closely in the man by Jaden Gladney. He picks his dribble up at the top, close to the half-court line, and kicks it to Jackson Ruiz. He attacks the basket with his left hand. Being guarded closely by Will Shavli. Back to Damon Cook. A great defense. Good cut by Cam Wilkes. Left hand layup up, and he misses. But the ball movement by Cameron Wilkes, the basketball IQ was beautiful. But a great move by Jamari Jenkins will tie the game up at 2.
That's exactly what Hedgesville didn't want. You get a nice layup, you miss it, and then let Jefferson get out in transition. Yeah. Good take by Cam Wilkes right there, though.
And Cameron's really asserting himself right now in the game, and he's taking that role like, hey, I want to be the leader of this team.
He's got to do that tonight, Keem. They're going to need somebody to step up.
Jamar Jenkins penetrates. He kicks to Deion Taylor. And the charging foul on Deion Taylor. The charge taken by Adam Walls. And part of Ryan's scouting report was injured most of the year, but he's a great defender.
Yeah, absolutely. He's about as good of a defender as it gets in this area. Yeah. And that's the kind of stuff he does that really gets in people's head.
And you can tell he's really worked on his body as well. He has a gym body.
Yes, absolutely.
Adam Walls, he cuts to the basket, left hand, blocked by Cameron Johnson. To Jaden Gladney, quick up the court. Go speed racer, go. Jaden Gladney for 2. 4-4. The game is tied with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first. Cam Wilkes attacks the basket and will get a foul on number 10, Jamari Jenkins. Cameron has gotten up 4 shots early. I think he has all 4 points for Hedgesville. Yep. He's about to go to the line to shoot 2. I like how he's playing. Yeah. He didn't let those 2 missed free throws, get in his head.
Yeah, absolutely. He just came out and he does what he's done all year, and that's step up for Hedgesville and be a leader on the floor. And they're going to need him tonight. And Adam Walls obviously makes a big play early. They're going to need at least 3 guys tonight to play really well.
Yeah, and they're also going to need him to hit these free throws. He's 1 for 4 right now from the free throw line. So that's big as well. You got to get those easy free points. 5-4, Hedgesville with 5:39 left in the first quarter. Deion Taylor with the ball at the top of the key. Pass from Jaden Gladney back to Gladney. And Gladney almost loses the ball, but he gets it back.
Hedgesville already switched defenses, Keem. They're sitting in a 2-3 right now.
And I expected this from Coach Church. And that's one of your keys.
They got to switch things up. This will slow Jefferson up just a little bit.
And it, it goes to your basketball IQ. It goes to your basketball IQ as well, that you want to make sure that your players can make that adjustment on the fly as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Hedgesville, one thing they're always going to be is a group of high IQ guys.
Yes.
So that's one of the things that helps them win games that maybe they shouldn't sometimes.
And that's what Kelly Church demands. That's a beautiful pass by Jackson West to number 5, Christian Boduck for 2. 7-4, Hedgesville Eagles with 4 minutes and 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Jaden Gladney with the ball, back from Deion Taylor to Jamari Jenkins. Into Cameron Johnson, he pulls up, but he doesn't take the shot. And you would think a little bit it's because he missed the last one. He wasn't confident in shooting this one right here.
Cam should have shot that ball. He's in the middle. He's our leading scorer on the year. You got to be aggressive in there.
6'5" and a half post.
Absolutely. Nobody's blocking that shot.
The tie up, ball will go to Jefferson. Cameron Johnson pulls up for 3.
That's a good sign.
Cameron Johnson for 3.
That's a good sign right there. Bounce back from those misses.
Boduck with the attack. Johnson with the long arms knocks the ball out off of Christian Boduck, and it will be the Jefferson Cougar ball.
Got our first sub of the night, Keem. Logan Blau's coming in the game. He's another really, really good defensive player. Like I assume they put him right on Will Shopley.
And Will is really a spot-up shooter, so it's really you just want to make sure you continue to take him off his mark and make him become a slasher, so to speak. 7-7 with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Ball down to Will Shopley, out to Deion Taylor. He pump fakes, he attacks the basket. Scoop, up and in.
That's a great take by Deion Taylor right there.
Deion Taylor guarding Adam Walls, who is now taking over point guard duty. And the ball stolen by Cameron Johnson. Thrown away and stolen by Jackson Ruiz. The referees, I like it. They're letting them be a little bit physical right now.
Yeah, and this is a different crew than both these guys are. Both these teams are used for.
Well, really
out of the area. Yes, if they let them play a little bit, that definitely benefits Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Hedgesville wants to get to the line as much as possible tonight.
Yeah, and Jefferson definitely is a team that's in consistent foul trouble. Will Shopley with the steal. Cameron Johnson, the 6'5" senior. Stolen.
Still like to see Cameron be a little more aggressive there.
Yes. An inadvertent pass to Deion Taylor.
Pass.
Stolen by number 4, Damon Cook. And Ryan, you had to finish on that play. That was a beautiful pass and dish. Mr. Ruiz is making great passes. He's attacking the basket to get someone else open. And you love to see that with the big man.
Yes, absolutely. He's very unselfish. When I looked at his numbers earlier in the week, I was kind of stunned to see how good of a player he actually was. Because he doesn't pop when you watch him, but man, he doesn't pop on the scorebook. But man, he's really important to this team.
Jamari has the mid-range game of like a Mark Jackson. That old school mid-range. He pulls up, he stops and pops. And he's very consistent from the free throw line extended.
Yeah, for sure. Jamari, you're right. He kind of has that old man game, but he can also, he's so quick to stay in front of.
Yeah, he's
not
hard.
Knowing when he's going to pull up like that, it's hard to stop.
He is. He's difficult to guard. And he's only a freshman. Logan Blau attacks the basket. That's a beautiful play.
That's a tough take right there.
And he says he's too small. 2 points for Hedgesville, 11-9 with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Wyatt Shopley. You called it. You called the mix of defenses. We have Wyatt Shopley at the scores table. And something for the viewers that you guys don't realize. When the intricacies of broadcasting. You're talking all day to your partner about things that they've seen, things that you've seen. And one thing that Ryan Miller said, he said, if I'm Kelly Church, I'm coming up and I'm throwing multiple defenses at you at different times to make you adjust on the fly.
Yeah, I said I would change 2 or 3 times a quarter. And what that does, it's not only going to make the players adjust, it's going to make Coach Lewis adjust. And the more I think you can make Jefferson adjust, one, it slows him down, which obviously Hedgesville wants to do. And two, just any time you can make another team think, that's what you want to do.
And the thing about it is, what a lot of people don't realize is, and maybe, like I said, maybe I am a little bit biased, but they don't realize that Wildwood is not just about the talent that you have. You're really a very demanding intellectual coach. So you also expand those kids' IQ when you're coaching, and I think that's why we love having him on the broadcast, because he informs and educates the viewers every time he's on. So really thank you, Brian.
I've said it a lot. I appreciate that. I've said it a lot, though. Like, as great as the victories are at Wildwood, my job is to get these kids ready to come over here to Jefferson.
Yeah.
And the victories are just they're a bonus. So it's been good to see some of my former guys have some success over here.
And the size for Hedgesville is giving Jane Glandy issues today.
Yeah, Hedgesville, when you look at them, and it doesn't seem like it when they're just warming up, but they're kind of all the same size, 1 through 5. So they can kind of switch everything. Yeah, and they're long. They're long. It's tough to shoot over that sometimes. Yeah. It could also help them break this press a little bit. I think they should pass more and dribble a little less right now.
Cause you look at Jackson right now. He's about 6'3", 6'4". All beautiful move by Cam Wilkes.
Got to finish, Keem.
And it's stolen by Damon Cook. In the left hand, up and in. 13-11. 13-11. Hedgesville. Jefferson will call a timeout. And this is a game where you have to be locked in. Those mental lapses, will cause issues. But Ryan, something I want to ask you, it's something that I've seen pretty consistent around here in this area. The smacking of the glass when they shoot layups, is that not a technical foul? Or
it's not. So the only way when the shooter goes up, as long as you're attempting to block the shot, and if you're the shooter and you go up and smack the glass, if the defender is going to attempting to block the shot, then you can get away with that. If a guy's running down, it's a dead ball, and he goes up and smacks the glass, that's the only time they're going to ding you for a technical like that.
All right. Just for the viewers who may have believed, as I believe, that smacking the glass could be a technical foul. Thank you for letting us know those rules from WBSSAC. Errant pass from Will Shively to Jane Glandy. He pulls up and in. And the thing about Jane is once he gets going, he has the burners.
Yes, and we saw it in the Spring Mills game we did together, Keem. It took 1 or 2 shots to see him go in the rim, and then it was lights out from there.
And Hedgesville will go to the line, shooting 2.
I tell you, I've really been impressed with Logan Blau off the bench. He's been strong taking the ball to the rim. He had the 1 turnover, but since that, he's bounced back, taking the ball to the rim a couple times. He's been pretty solid for them as a 6th man tonight.
And I think Kelly knew that as well. You see how quick he entered him into the game. So I think that he already came in knowing that Logan was someone who could be consistent and successful versus Jefferson.
He's a senior, Keem, and so I know Kelly trusts him.
Yeah, and this is another change from the last game. Number 25, Eli Fairclough, started the last game, and I think due to the athleticism of Jefferson, Kelly made that switch, and he played a little bit smaller, a little bit quicker, and it's actually benefited the team. 15-13, Jefferson High School with 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Jamari Jenkins to Jaden Glandy. He's quickly pressed to Will Shively. He pulls up for 3, and he's fouled shooting 3 by Cameron Wilkes. And that's what Jefferson missed when Will Shively was out of the lineup. Just that person that, the rest of them are good scorers, and they can shoot the ball well, but Will is a shooter.
Yes.
He is a shooter. And to the likings of a J.J. Redick or somebody like that on a professional level, you play the game differently when you know that if you lose this guy, that he can cost you 3 on a consistent basis if you're not covering him closely.
Yeah, and it makes Hedgesville, it's tough sitting in the zone when you got Will Shively and Jaden Gladney, and you got to know where they're at all times, and they kind of move them around a little bit like they did that possession, and it makes it tough. You constantly got to be talking, and really it's the guys in the back of that 2-3 that can see everything, that got to constantly be talking to the guys in the front saying, hey, shooter over here, shooter over here. A little bit of a breakdown there. He actually contested the shot just fine, just never want to foul a jump shooter there.
So one thing that I'm noticing early is Kelly. Even though we have seen Eli and we have seen Logan, Hedgesville's their bench isn't overly deep. Now, in playing players and a team as deep as Jefferson, how can that impact the game to you, Ryan? Like, you're tired of legs by the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well, especially the way Jefferson gets up and down, you really might start to see it on the jump shot, some mental mistakes maybe. That could really start to bother them as the game goes on.
At the end of the first quarter, from the Jefferson Cougar cage, we have the Jefferson High School Cougars 18 and the Hedgesville Eagles 13. We will go to a quick commercial break.
Welcome to Four State Real Estate. We're your agents in West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania.
We are knowledgeable,
honest,
fun,
a team. We are authentic, negotiators,
hardworking,
family.
We are the highest producing independently owned real estate company in the Eastern Panhandle in 2021. We have 3 offices to serve you.
We are Four State.
And we're back at the Cougar cage, where the Jefferson Cougars have a 18-13 advantage over the Hedgesville Eagles. And we were talking about how Eli Faircloth was the difference. You know, he started the last game. This game he's not starting. Ryan, what is your opinion or your views on that situation?
So knowing Coach Church pretty well, and as a coach knowing what he's thinking, you're going to see Eli come in the game when Wyatt Shively or Bryson Fleming is on the floor so that he has a decent matchup. You can't. It's not fair to ask Eli to go out and guard a Cameron Johnson or Wyatt or Will Shively. They're going to put him in when he has advantageous matchups.
And that's smart. And that's smart. Because you don't see athletes like Cameron Johnson, all the time. So a 6'5", and not only is he 6'5", but he's very athletic at a 6'5". It's a mismatch. But we also have news from the first quarter of the Musselman and Martinsburg game. Musselman is leading 10-9. Jordan Holmes has 7 points for the Musselman Applemen. All right, back to the game. Cameron Johnson pulls up for 3. He misses. Rebound by Wyatt Shively. He's up. He misses. The ball knocked out of Bryson Fleming's hand, and the ball will remain Jefferson ball. So to let you guys know, what we had is they actually started the game, but the clock wasn't ready. So then we restarted the second quarter, and now we are back. Deion Taylor running the point. He sees an opening. He attacks. The ball to Bryson Fleming. He passes it back to Deion Taylor. He pulls up for the mid-range jump shot. He misses. A strong rebound by number 25, Eli Faircloth, and it will be a jump ball, and it will go to Hedgesville.
Hedgesville was in a little bit of a matchup zone there, Keen. That's something to keep an eye on, see if they will run that a little bit more. It might confuse Jefferson just enough to slow them down.
And a couple times, Jefferson has, made some errant passes, so you look for Hedgesville to capitalize on those going forward. The jump step by Che Wilmer kicks the ball to Logan Blau. He attacks the basket. The right hand scoop off the middle of the glass, up and in. And he's definitely been a difference maker. Deion Taylor attacks to the glass, an errant shot, but luckily his teammate gets in and scraps, gets the jump ball, and it will remain Jefferson ball. But the thing that I've noticed about Jefferson is they do have small periods where they play a little bit one-on-one style basketball, and you think if they make it going forward, that is something that the coach would have to like let his team know, like going down the states, to stay the course.
Yeah, they do have a tendency at times to take some bad shots. You just want to stay patient. They got so many good shooters. You don't have to force one. Eventually, somebody's going to get open, and it's going to be a clean look for him.
Sure. Then Massenberg to Cameron Johnson at the top of the key to Wyatt Shively to Bryson Fleming. He pulls up for the mid-range jump shot. It's off.
See that right there, Keem? That's not necessarily Bryson's game. People that have watched, that seemed like we threw 5, 6, 7 passes, nobody shot, and maybe we just decided to shoot.
Yeah, and Jamari Jenkins is back at the scores table, and what you notice, that's a strong move. But what you notice, the team runs better. The team runs a little bit more smooth, more crisp when Jamari Jenkins is running the point.
He's a true point guard, and he always has been. He's a pass-first kid. Not that he can't score. We've seen him score already this game. But he just provides that level of kind of knowing when to slow it down, knowing when to go, that they don't necessarily have a replacement for. Deion Taylor's a great ball handler, but he's got one speed. And that's one of the good things about Deion is that he has one speed, too.
Yeah.
But Jamari kind of settles him down. I think Jamari will be a big factor if Hedgesville continues to play this zone.
Yeah. And then another thing, like on that play right there, and we talking coach speak. When you run that transition pass, when Walber runs that transition pass and up to a check gore, and they get the ball in the middle of the paint, what is something that you would tell him about being a little bit stronger, with the ball to make sure that you at least get a shot off?
One, don't dribble unless you have to.
Okay.
Keep the ball. We always say you got to keep it above your belly button.
Yes.
Because if you don't, then little guards. It doesn't matter if you're 6'4". Little guards can go in and scrap and get that one.
Yeah.
So just catch and be strong with it and finish.
So, and that's the little tidbits that I want the viewers to know. Just so like you actually learn a little bit about the game as well when you're watching Home Team Sports TV broadcast. It's not just about watching the game; it's about also learning. And that's just something that you guys can just learn going forward. Just attack the basket, be strong with the ball, and no unnecessary dribbles. Well, Cameron Johnson to Will Shively. He pulls up for three, and he misses. Rebound, strong rebound by Logan Blau. Stolen by Will Shively, and a foul by Logan Blau. And those are the things that the Shively brothers they do. They're very high level basketball IQ players, but they give you everything that they have on every play, and that's why they've been a joy to watch over the last 4 or 5 years at the middle school level and the high school level.
Yeah, sure. That's just a straight hustle play by Will. Knowing I missed the shot, the kid's in a little bit of trouble, I can maybe get this one back, and then he attacks the rim strong. He wasn't able to finish, but he's going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and he misses the first shot. See if he can make this one on the back end of the 2-shot foul. And the second one in good. 19-15. Jefferson High School with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second. Good defense by Cameron Johnson. Adam Walls is looking for the pass. Jamari Jenkins cuts Tay Wilmer off. Tay Wilmer with the cross penetration to Adam Walls. And Hedgesville slows the game up. Passing cut. It's a great pass, great thought, but the ball is tipped away by Deion Taylor. He attacks the basket. The behind the back to Jane Gladney. Point face blast! Jane Gladney for three. But that play was all set up by Deion Taylor. And that's what Deion does.
Yep, absolutely. Deion is a hustle player to a T.
And the steal by Cameron Johnson. Gets the Jefferson crowd ready. Jamari Jenkins pulls up for three. Splash! Jamari Jenkins for three. And a quick 6 points by the Jefferson Cougars. A three-pointer by Jane Gladney, the sophomore. The three-pointer by the freshman, Jamari Jenkins. And now the score is 25-15, just that fast.
I'll tell you, I don't know if he's got foul trouble.
We'll go to a quick commercial break and we'll come back and complete those thoughts. And we're back at the Cougar cage where the Jefferson High School Cougars had a 25-15 lead. Ryan, let's get back to that thought that you had right before the ending of that timeout.
Yeah, we talked a little bit over commercial break, and Hedgesville's got to get Cameron Wilkes back in the game.
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure why he was out. It might be just a rotation thing. I don't know if he's got fouls, but they do not handle the pressure well without him. Really, I would play him and Tay Wilmer on the floor together a lot. Gives you two point guards on the floor to help handle this pressure a little bit.
If Cameron's not tired, he ain't coming out.
No, absolutely not. He's going to have to let me know when to pull him.
Yeah. 25-15 with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left. Quick 6-0 spurt by Jefferson has bumped the lead to 10. Hedgesville breaks the press with Adam Wallace quickly to Cameron Wilkes. To Tay Wilmer, to Logan Blau. The jab step, he attacks the basket. Up, left hand, and in. Hey, he's a problem.
He's been huge for them game off the bench. He's really, I don't know how many he's got. It feels like 8, half their points right now.
And he's a senior?
Yes, he is a senior.
I don't know what his future is, but he's going out getting everything he has. Jane Gladney with a step back. Wow.
Does not take much for him to get to the team. We said it, and we said it during the Spring Mills game too. Once he sees one go in, the rim gets bigger and bigger for him.
It does. And he's just a pure scorer. He's only a sophomore, so he's only going to get better. Cameron Wilkes breaks the press. He slips on the court. And they put pressure on Tay Wilmer in the corner, and the Jefferson fans are really appreciating the effort on the defensive side of the ball.
So I'll tell you what Coach Lewis has done now. They just started the run and jump. Ball gets across half court in an advantageous spot to trap. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah. And an errant pass by Cameron Wilkes. And this is what Jefferson can do to you. What they can do to you is you have to stay close to them, because if the lead starts extending, then it can get real ugly fast. So now you can sense a little bit of anxiety.
Yes, absolutely. And Hedgesville does not want to get this into an up-tempo game. Yeah. So this does not bode well for Hedgesville. They just got to slow things back down. Like I said pregame, get it across half court, relax, run your stuff.
And if you look at the comparison, and that's what we talk about with Cameron Johnson in the middle. Just being aggressive and attacking the basket. But getting back to my thought, it was 16-15 for the Martinsburg game at the half, and now Jefferson already has 30. Jane Gladney off, rebound by Jackson Ruiz.
I know he missed their key, but Jamari Jenkins was looking for Jaden Gladney because he's just hit a couple threes. That's a high IQ play by a really good point guard.
And it just goes to show the unselfishness of the team as well. And Jamari Jenkins actually epitomizes that unselfishness.
Yes, and he's been like that. I had Jamari. He played varsity for me for 3 years, and he was always like that. There were times I needed him to score, but that's not really necessarily who he is. He would rather be a pass-first guy, but he's certainly capable like he is right there.
And he's someone who's always had that pressure and spotlight on him ever since he was younger, because and I'm going to go back to a little bit of my community, because I know him and he's family. We've known that he had the talent to be very good for a long time. So he's handled that pressure very well. And he's played on a very difficult AAU circuit.
Yes.
And I think that's prepared him for this high-level basketball.
One thing about Jamari playing on that AAU circuit, as high level as a game, and this is a huge game for him, and he's only a freshman. You think he might fold? This isn't even the biggest game Jamari's probably ever played in.
No, it's not. And he also, that Musselman game, he was very big. So in these playoffs, he's been huge. The ball stolen by Cameron Johnson, up and in. And this is what we were talking about. The game can quickly get away from you. And Hedgesville right now is just not handling the pressure very well.
No, they're not getting across half court. I said if they could get across half court, they could run their stuff and be all right. They're not getting across half court right now.
Great play by Jackson Lewis to stop the momentum a little bit. They're down 17. And a timeout by Kelly Church as he's seeing the game get away from him a little bit. And the thing about Jefferson is they're so talented. They're so deep. And the amazing thing, and Ryan, obviously and you're a part of this, there's a deep pipeline that's coming after it as well. So, right now for Jefferson County sports, Charlestown, Wildwood, Shepherdstown, Harpers Ferry, both of these schools, Washington and Jefferson, can be good for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Jefferson does lose a lot when you look at the box score. Deion Taylor being lost, of course, Cam Johnson. But they got a lot coming, too. There's a bright future here in Jefferson County. Really a couple schools around the area. Spring Mills has a bright future. We talked about Hedgesville.
Definitely do.
There's going to be some high-level basketball.
And that's what you want to see. You know, for years, I want to say probably since that 2016 team with Washington where they went undefeated, Martinsburg's pretty much had its way. I think Hedgesville won a championship 2012.
They did.
State championship 2012. But outside of that, you know, Martinsburg has had its way for a while with a lot of these teams, and to have that competitiveness come back to where you can see the old alumni joking back and forth with each other. You know, and it's all love now. Like before, you know, when you're playing, you know, that's your enemy, not war terms, but you know, in terms of athletics. But now, like we have these jokes back and forth, and it's just fun to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're back. Hedgesville with the ball, down 17. Tay Wilmer with the ball, hit to Jackson Ruiz, to Cameron Wilkes, the great pass to number 5, Christian Bolduc, and he travels. I thought he was going to get away with it, but this pressure is really giving Christian a lot of problems today. He looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, if you want me to be honest, it's made Hedgesville look uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You can't simulate Jefferson's pressure and length in practice. So, and honestly, in the half court and the full court, they've just made this a runaround, and that's kind of what they want to do. The faster the game gets, the better it is for them.
And that's why Cameron Johnson is so important, and he's so loved and adored by the Jefferson community because at 6'5", he's not like the normal kids that, you know, they've been brought up as a big. You know, I'm a big. My back's against the wall. I have to do this. He can dribble. He can take you off the dribble. He can attack you and hurt you in the high post. But he's a different ball player. And it's actually something that, like I've actually told a lot of kids, hey, just because you're tall right now, don't let it affect your guard skills.
Yeah, for sure. One of the things that maybe helped Cam is he kind of grew late.
He did.
So he developed these guard skills being a smaller kid, and they've translated now that he's grown a little bit.
Yeah. Adam Walls to Cameron Wilkes to Jackson Ruiz. It must have been slowed this game down, but I don't know down 17 if this is the right idea, but they got a good shot. The ball was knocked out by Cameron Wilkes.
I think
down 17, you think that's a smart is that calming your team down for a better second half?
Yeah, I think deep down Coach Church knows he can't speed this game up.
Yeah.
So even down 17, your best chance might be to just pass it around a little bit. They got a gret shot right there.
Yeah, they did.
Just hoping that one goes in.
They did get a good shot. What I would like to see right here, honestly, is I would like to see Cameron Johnson get this last shot on Jackson Ruiz to see if he can take him off the dribble and get to the cup.
I'd like to see him isolated on the side with Gladney in a corner.
Yeah.
Might be what we get right here, Keem. Here we go.
But I wanted to see him attack the glass. All right, at halftime from the Cougar cage, we have the Jefferson High School Cougars 34 and the Hedgesville Eagles 17. We will go to a commercial break and we will come back with the halftime analysis.
Welcome to Four State Real Estate. We're your agents in West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania.
We are knowledgeable,
Honest.
fun,
A team. We are authentic. Negotiators.
hardworking, family.
We are the highest producing independently owned real estate company in the Eastern Panhandle in 2021. We have 3 offices to serve you.
We are Four State.
Having a family dinner, cookout, or company event and don't feel like cooking? How about you let HG's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering handle all your catering needs? We have everything from smoked meats to soul food sides, everything made from scratch just for your event. Please contact us at 816-438-1101 or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com HG's Barbecue and Catering. We gladly serve the Eastern Panhandle and DMV areas.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
And we're back at the Cougar Cage, where we have the Jefferson High School Cougars with a 34-17 lead at the half. We also have a report from the Martinsburg Musselman game, where the Musselman Applemen are leading the Martinsburg Bulldogs 27-21, and Jordan Holmes has 17. Ryan, we've had conversations about Jordan. I come to practice and I'm like, that's my nephew right there. Yeah. And you said that boy can shoot the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely a shooter, but he's added to his game as well. I remember playing him in middle school, and he couldn't go left. Mm-hmm. And I remember talking to the coach afterwards, and he still played well and shot it well, but he's really added to his game. He's added a little bit of a pull-up. He's added an attacking to the rim game now. Jordan's a really good player. That's why he got the Journal Player of the Year in the area.
And Ryan, it's one of those things that, in coming up in a sports family, one thing I can say I pride myself in being a Holmes is we keep it real. And what you just said is nothing that he didn't hear. Like, hey,
I believe it.
You gotta work on your left. We've told him, hey, you got to work on your conditioning, and he's fine-tuned his body, and now he's one of the best conditioned athletes in the area. And it's just, the importance of having family, coaches, teachers, and the community to support you, but also for you to realize that they're only want what's best for you. And I think that you've seen Jordan take that constructive criticism and work on his craft over the last 4 years, and he's went from just a shooter to now, as you said, the EPAC Player of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely. Part of being a good basketball player is being able to take that criticism and gaining from it. If you're a person that's always going to get your feelings hurt all the time, you're not going to go very far playing sports, especially at a high level. So it's been good to see Jordan improve his game and take that criticism and do something with it.
Yeah, and we won't go into it, but there's a couple times being at the scorers table and actually doing the scores, and seeing like my son or my little cousin Tyon make a mistake, and the death stare that you give him, like, yeah.
Look, and I tell him, off the court, I am your best friend. I will do anything in the world for you. On the court, I'm a coach.
Yeah.
And you're not always going to like me, and that's okay. I don't always like them.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, we come together, and we have a family atmosphere over at Wildwood.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, but you can just tell the healthy level of respect, though. Like, I've never heard one of the kids like, oh, coach don't know what he's talking about. They all like, yes, sir. Take their seat on the bench. If their punishment is, hey, you might need to sit for a few minutes. They take it and get back in the game and they learn. And that's what the great coaches. And I also want to add my brother Dwayne Holmes in from watching his girls play. Yeah. He gets the best out of all of them. But a lot of it is because you guys establish that you care about them first. You invest that time into developing them, and then, when you're on the court or you're coaching, it's easy. It's like your parents. Your dad loves you,
right?
But he's gonna be a little bit harder than mama.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it's that parenting, that toughness that develops you into a man, so that when you grow up and you become a man, there's really no situations that get you out of sync, because you're like, all right, I'm already prepared for this.
Right.
If I could take it from you, if I could take it from my pops, I could definitely take it from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But we have the Jefferson High School Cougars coming out, and you're up 17, Ryan, and as a coach, what do you tell your players up 17 to make sure you finish the job, because we all know there's tell two halves.
Absolutely. Well, the job's not done yet, first off. You got another 16 minutes of basketball, and that 16 minutes of basketball is the difference between you going to Charleston or not.
Yes.
So they got to come out and do the same thing they did towards the end of the first quarter and that entire second quarter. If they can do that, they'll continue to probably extend this lead a little bit, and it should be an easy win for them.
For the Hedgesville Eagles, what do you say, down 17 with possibly the end of your season coming up if you don't, pull out all the stops?
Well, first off, a lot of coaches don't do this, but I let them know that. Like, your back's against the wall right now. You are cornered. For the seniors, this could be the last time they ever put on that jersey. So I think that's big. And I also would tell them, though, when the game was close in the first quarter, we played our game.
We did.
They let Jefferson play their game in the second quarter. That's why this lead ballooned. Hedgesville only scored 4 points because they couldn't get the ball across the half court in the second quarter.
Yep. So we'll go to a commercial break, and we'll come back for the start of the second half.
Welcome to Four State Real Estate. We're your agents in West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania.
We are knowledgeable.
Honest.
Fun.
A team. We are authentic. Negotiators.
Hardworking. Family.
We are the highest producing independently owned real estate company in the Eastern Panhandle in 2021. We have 3 offices to serve you.
We are Four State.
We're back at the Cougar cage with the Jefferson High School Cougars, the lead by 17. And I was just talking to Ryan about not being complacent for underclassmen. Now, you always want to play every single game like it's your last game. And what separates the great players from just the average to good players is they play every single game like it's the last one. But the average to good players will have good games, and then they'll have games that make you scratch your head. And I think that was something that, like, when my father was telling me, after having a good game, like, hey, this is who you are, this is what you're supposed to be, and then I come back out the next game and I didn't do it. I now, as a parent, I realize the frustration that it can bring, but he was also trying to tell you, like, hey, consistency means everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you have to be consistent if you want that respect level. You can't flash and then say, hey, I want my respect. So for these juniors or these sophomores or freshmen that are playing with these seniors on both sides, give it everything that you have.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow's not promised.
No. I always tell my underclassmen, for over there, it's the 6th and 7th graders, like, if you're not going to do it for yourself because you think you have another year, then you owe it to these 8th graders.
Yeah.
Right now, these sophomores and juniors playing for Hedgesville, they owe it to these seniors to come out here and at least give the maximum effort. If at the end of the day the scoreboard isn't what you wanted it, then you can at least live with yourself if you gave max effort.
And that's what I want to see from this Hedgesville team coming out. I want to see this Hedgesville team come out and play with their hair on fire and give it everything they got. This game is brought to you by Adam Shavely of Four State Real Estate, your community real estate solution. The player of the game sponsor, Hoops for Hunter. The sponsor, Quintez McDonald, Gibson of Integrity Home Mortgage, HD's Barbecue, Neil Powell, Down Home Insurance, and Cheryl Yates of ERA Realty. And we're back at the game. Jefferson is in man.
Not running and jumping right now, Keem, which really helped them in the first quarter, or in the second quarter. I'm surprised they didn't do that.
Yeah. But they're playing great defense, and that foul right there, there's going to be people who are going to say, oh, that's not a foul. It is a foul. You have to allow a player a place to land, and that's how you avoid those disastrous injuries.
Yeah, the offensive player has rights from his feet on the floor all the way to the ceiling. That's the way basically the rule book describes it. So anytime you displace him out of that, they're going to get a foul. They're going to get a foul call on you.
So Hedgesville is very continuing to run their offense and making sure they get the right shot. They're going to continue to play the game the right way and see what happens. And Christian Boduck attacks the basket. The beautiful pass to Jackson West.
Great start.
4-2.
That's a great start for Hedgesville. They needed a bucket quick.
And they also needed it from Christian to be able to have some success with the ball because he had a tough first half. 34-19. Hedgesville with the lead with 6 minutes left and 59 seconds in the third quarter. Jaden Gladney with the penetration. The arm bar stop We get a foul on Adam Walls.
Adam Walls got caught reaching there a little bit.
And that's the quickness of Jaden Gladney that caused that foul. He didn't want to give up an easy two. Will Shively passes the ball into Jamari Jenkins to Will Shively, being guarded by Christian Bolduc. The ball off of Will Shively, and it would be Hedgesville ball. And Hedgesville couldn't ask for a better start to the half. Get 2 points, a quick turnover. Hopefully they can cut into this lead.
Interesting to me, Keem, that Jefferson got out of their press. That was really causing Hedgesville problems in the first half. I'll be anxious to see if they get back into that soon. You're kind of playing into Hedgesville's hand right now, letting them get in the half court.
And another move is Cam Wilkes being the point guard to start the second half as well.
Yeah, I think that's going to be. He's got to stay at that lead guard spot.
Jamari Jenkins to Cameron Johnson. Cameron Johnson attacks the basket and a foul by Jackson Ruiz. I think Jenkins on that play missed Dayon down there, but that also maybe he didn't miss him. Maybe he felt like that pass was a little too dangerous. He didn't feel like it was worth a potential turnover, and then they end up getting a better shot anyways. Cameron Johnson misses the first.
I know Hedgesville's only scored 2 points, but the energy in the gym has kind of flattened. It'll be interesting to see if Hedgesville can chip away at this thing kind of just a little bit at a time. It's going to be interesting to see how Jefferson responds a little bit.
Hedgesville will have to get the lead to under 10 going into the fourth quarter.
I agree with you.
And now they switch it up to continue to keep their players rested. Damon Cook is dribbling the ball to the court. The good cut by Cameron Wilkes. He pulls up for the mid-range. He misses. Rebound by Will Shively. Jefferson quickly up the court. Jamari Jenkins pull up. And he misses. Rebound by Jackson Ruiz to Adam Walls. Adam Walls being covered by Deion Taylor. Cameron Wilkes being covered by Jamari Jenkins. Jaden Gladney guards Damon Cook. Cameron Johnson on Adam Walls, and Deion Taylor on Christian Bolduc.
Hedgesville right now is in their version of flex, Keem. Basically, they're going to get a flex screen, and then somebody's going to pop to the top with some slips and back cuts in there to try to prevent Jefferson from getting into some high pressure.
Now, is this to get you an open three-point shot or someone cutting to the basket?
You're hoping that they can fall asleep a little bit on a switch, or you can get a back door kind of like that. This is a bad pass. Yeah. But you're hoping you can get a switch or a slip right there.
Beautiful pass by Jaden Gladney and Cameron Johnson for 2. And that's where the athleticism can also trump good coaching. It was a great pass and great thought, but Deion Taylor's speed negated the pass.
Yeah, absolutely. And they got what they wanted. They slipped Jackson Ruiz right to the rim. A better pass probably gets him there. They can
great move by Damon Cook. Great move. Damon Cook 4-2. 37-21. Hedgesville is down by 16 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. And we will have Bryson Fleming in for Wyatt Shively. So, Ryan, it's going to be interesting to see if Kelly will go to his big man, Eli Fairclough, or if he feels like, being down 16, he doesn't have that luxury.
Yeah, I think being down 16, you got to have some more shooting on the floor.
Splash! Cameron Johnson, 4-3. 40-21, Jefferson with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. The great defense by Jamari Jenkins causes a slight and slow deflection, but Damon gets the ball back. Cameron Wilkes attacks the basket, and he will be going to the line to shoot 2. And you would like to see with Cam, not you would like to see, but you just saw with Cam the evolution of his game as well. Cam was also a spot-up shooter, and now he has developed a little bit more quickness. He's gotten a lot taller. Cameron's father is around, I want to say 6'4", 6'3", 6'4".
He's a big guy, yeah.
Was at Jefferson High School, a great player at Jefferson High School. He played center in the late 90s. I think 99 he graduated. And we all just wondered when Cam would hit that growth spurt, and his dad Fernandez would say, "It's coming, it's coming." And finally, it did come. And Cam's like 6'1", 6'2" right now, and you can tell that his game has gone to another level.
Yeah, absolutely. It's helped him big time. Hedgesville went 1-3-1 right there. Confused Jefferson a little bit and got a turnover.
The ball stolen by Jamari Jenkins. The foul on Cameron Wilkes after the steal, and Jefferson will retain possession. And that's what Jamari can do. And that's the beauty of having Dayon and Jamari. You have two very high motor players with great speed and a great motors.
Yeah, for sure. What Jamari lacks in size, he makes up for it with his hustle. Yes. And that's a big asset for him. It's going to continue to be going forward if he can keep that motor. And Dayon goes 1,000 miles an hour all the time.
And doesn't get tired.
Nope, not at all.
He never gets tired. He's in great shape. Jamari Jenkins to Dayon Taylor. To Jaden Gladney. Back to Dayon Taylor. To Jamari Jenkins. He attacks. To Cam Johnson for three. He misses. Dayon Taylor with the rebound. He gets the ball to Jamari Jenkins, and he slow it back up.
Hedgesville's extended this 2-3 up to about the yellow volleyball line now. They're still sitting in the zone, just going to try to pressure a little bit more out of it.
Yeah. And this is where, if Jefferson can shoot them out of this, it would be great. Jamari Jenkins for three. He misses.
Another thing it does, Keem, it opens up driving lanes. When you extend that high with your pressure, it's hard to help.
And Logan Blau into the game. He loses footing, and a turnover on Hedgesville.
Logan looking for a foul there, and he might have got fouled a little bit. There wasn't a ton of contact, though.
I've actually enjoyed watching Logan play today. And Logan will go back to the bench, but I've enjoyed watching Logan play today, especially being a senior. He's giving everything that he has. I think he would be back in the game pretty quickly based off of how he played in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Good defender, too, which they're going to need some stops down the stretch. Back to the 1-3-1.
The ball to Jaden Gladney to Jamari Jenkins. He attacks the basket to Cameron Johnson to Jaden Gladney. And great defense and great rotation by Hedgesville. The ball to Bryson Fleming. And you gotta complete that. You want to be ready. And a beautiful pass by Cameron Wilkes. And if you really think about it, Ryan, Hedgesville is not playing bad in the second half.
No, the second half they're actually winning right now.
Yes.
So they just got to stay what they're doing. They're a little bit out of character in the defensive end, but they have to be right now.
Yeah. And Jane Gladney splash 4-3. And that's what shooters do. As soon as they see that ball go through the net one time, the ball looks as open as an ocean.
Yep. And I'll tell you, running around trapping out of the 1-3-1, it's great. But when you have shooters you got shooters all over the floor, one trap, somebody misses a rotation, it's lights out.
And when you're also down by double digits as well, a three-pointer like that can feel like a backbreaker, even though the game is not over. But just all the effort that you're exerting, the energy you're exerting, it's tough. If Cameron Wilkes can make that shot right there, you just steal all the momentum that Jefferson gained from their three-pointer. But unfortunately, he didn't make the shot. And Hedgesville is playing the best game that they can play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at this time, just the overall talent of Jefferson has just been hard to contain.
Yeah, the only thing I think Hedgesville could be doing a little better right now is just handling the pressure in the full court. They're doing fine once they get in the half court, which I knew they would, knowing how Hedgesville plays. It's just been in the full court a little bit. They've really struggled. That's a good pass right there. Watch out.
And that's what Jamari does. He's so unselfish. His basketball IQ is so high that he's seeing how hot Jaden Gladney has been from the three-point line, and he's like, "Hey, bring us home, young man, bring us home."
Yeah, he did it earlier in the first half. He probably could have shot a layup, kicked it out for a three. He just trusts his teammates, and that's a big part of being a point guard. That goes a long way with his teammates.
And for those at home, that foul was because he pushed off with his left hand to create separation for that rebound. So it wasn't that he wasn't allowed to be physical on that rebound. He pushed off. And when you watch this game again on Home Team Sports TV and you watch the replay, you will see that he caught the ball with his right hand and he pushed off with his left hand to clear space. Yeah. And that's the reason why he was called for
Happens a lot down there. It doesn't always get called. You got to be physical. Like, I can tell you right now, Coach Church doesn't care about Jackson Ruiz getting that foul call.
Sure. Jefferson with a 43-25 lead with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
I'll tell you, Keem, right there as a coach, I'd like to see Jackson Ruiz go up, gather himself, and go strong off 2 feet.
Yeah.
Kind of went up a little soft. He thought he was wide open. In the half court, you're never wide open. Not around the basket anyway.
And these substitutions right here, where you have Jaden Gladney coming out and you have Jamari Jenkins coming out, this is something that my father says is a smart break. You have 1 minute left in the end of the quarter. You're going to get another 3 to 4 minutes after the end of the quarter. So you essentially still a 5-minute break for your players.
Yeah, absolutely. They might need them down the stretch a little bit, so those are good substitutions.
Braxton Fleming and one! And that's a great pass by Darion Taylor and Darian Massenberg. And Darion, he's a player that he's not going to fill up the stat sheet, but he comes to the game, he gives you everything he has. He gives you good minutes. He's a very high energy guy. He's not going to do anything outside of how you've taught him. And I remember speaking about him, the Spring Mill games. We said I think your first year was his 8th grade year.
Yes, it was his 8th grade year, and to be honest with you, he was kind of the same player for us. Like, he always does the little things. Like, as a coach, you love guys that are going to give you all on defense and going to rebound and do the little things. Darian does all that.
Yeah, and he doesn't complain about minutes either. He just plays when he gets in and plays hard.
Yep. That's a good skip pass right there. Got to knock
Cameron
one
Wilkes.
down.
And Cameron misses the shot. He smacks his hand because he knows, like, as a player as good as Cameron Wilkes, and he was a Player of the Year candidate as well. I love his game. You got to hit those shots in these type of games. And to be honest with you, Cameron will going forward. I have no doubt that Cameron will definitely have a high impact. Darion Taylor, splash for 3! 49-27. Jefferson is blowing this game open with 28 seconds left in the third quarter. The ball up quickly up, Hedgesville to Tay Wilmer for 3. He misses. Strong rebound by Jackson West. Spin move into Logan Blau. Kicks it back out. Cameron Wilkes cuts to the basket. The spin move up and in. The smooth layup for 2. Cameron Wilkes. 49-29. 6 seconds left in the third quarter. The three-pointer is off, and we will end the quarter 49-29. Jefferson High School 8 minutes away from a second straight trip to Charleston. We will go to a quick commercial break and come back for the start of the fourth quarter.
Having a family dinner, cookout, or company event and don't feel like cooking? How about you let HG's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering handle all your catering needs? We have everything from smoked meats to soul food sides, everything made from scratch just for your event. Please contact us at 816-438-1101 or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com HG's Barbecue and Catering. We gladly serve the Eastern Panhandle and DMV areas.
All right, we're back at the Cougar cage. Jefferson with the ball, with the lead, 49-29. We'd like to give a shout out to our title sponsor, Adam Shively of Florida State Real Estate, your community real estate solution. Our player of the game sponsor, Hoops for Hunter. Sponsor, Quintaz McDonald Gibson of Integrity Home Mortgage. Sponsor, HG's Barbecue. The sponsor, Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance, and Cheryl Yates of ERA Realty. And we're back. Jefferson misses the shot. Quick rebound by Cameron Wilkes, and he attacks the basket. The floater up, miss. Rebound by up and in. 49-31. Jefferson High School, and Christian Bolduc comes out strong. Jamari Jackson with the floater, up and in. And he answers that fast, right?
Yeah, no matter what defense Hedgesville tries to step up in, if you don't step up and stop the ball in transition, Jamari's going to go get you a bucket, either for him or somebody else.
And Jefferson can beat you on so many levels. It's just they're a hard team to contain for 4 quarters.
Yes, absolutely.
Christian Boduck up. He misses the rebound by Bryson Fleming. That's great defense by Bryson to cause a difficult shot.
Yeah, Christian thought he was open inside, and we talked a little bit while we were on break, Keem. Hedgesville's got some wide open looks. They're just not hitting a lot of shots that they typically do right now, where Jefferson is
Deion Taylor for 3. And Deion gives a thumbs up to his pops in the stands. I think they're feeling it now, Ryan. I think they're feeling it right now.
Yeah, I as a coach all the time, I say that people are seeing a big basket. I think the whole team right now is pretty much seeing a big basket for Jefferson.
Yeah, they're very confident. Hedgesville brings ball support to Christian Boduck, to Cameron Wilkes. He steps in.
He needs to
pulls up for 3, and then off the mark to Tay Wilmer. He hesitates, pulls up to Christian Boduck. The shot is blocked by Bryson Fleming, out of bounds. And they had 2 good looks right there, and they just haven't converted. And Christian was my player to watch today, but I think that the overall athleticism and just the waves that they're throwing at him has just caused him a lot of issues tonight.
Yeah, Jefferson comes at you from all angles. Most teams close out and everybody's in front of you. Jefferson, the way they're trapping, they're coming at you from the right, coming at you from the left, so it's a little bit unorthodox to play against. And Christian, being a spot-up shooter, wants to have his feet set. Even if a guy's running straight at him, he's fine. But with people coming from everywhere, it's kind of tough.
And Christian's around 6'3", 6'4", so he could even grow next year and be a serious issue, similar to what Cam Johnson is right now.
Yes.
And a great pass and finish by Will Shavely. Jefferson up 25 with 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter. And getting back to Christian, he's a player that I've liked to watch this year. And, they have a lot of young talent. And Hedgesville, they're going to be a serious issue next year.
Yeah. They had a lot of injuries this year. I don't think we can overlook that. Adam Walls missed a significant amount of time. Christian Bolduc missed a significant amount of time. Elijah King, of course, had some issues, and he's not playing. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can get those guys back. Of course, you lose Adam Walls to being a senior, but you've got enough guys, enough nucleus coming back, you could really do something next year.
And we're going to go to our sponsors, where we have Adam Shavely of 4 State Real Estate, your community real estate solution. You can reach him at 240-405-5575. The Play of the Game sponsor, Hoops for Hunter. HG's Barbecue. You can reach HG for all your catering needs at 816-438-1101. Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance at 202-431-6896. And Cheryl Yates of ERA Realty at 304-261-6109.
Yeah, Keem, we just got a little bit of an update. Martinsburg has taken the lead in the 3rd quarter over Musselman's, 39-35. From what I've heard, Musselman's turning the ball over a little bit. Martinsburg probably ramped that pressure up just a bit like they do, and seems to be bothering Musselman right now.
Yes, and it's also, in the first half you've seen where they had 27 points and Holmes had 17. It's hard to keep that up for a whole 4 quarters.
Yes, absolutely. So, especially one guy carrying a load like that. Eventually, he's going to get a little bit tired.
Yes. So we will see how that game finishes out. We will give you updates as we get updates. The ball from Deion Taylor passed into Will Shavely, but a foul called on Tay Wilmer that will send Will Shavely to the line to shoot the 1-on-1.
Yeah, a little bit of a coaching thing there. It's hard to feed the ball into the post from the top. I'd like to see Deion either push Jamari through or throw it to Jamari and then feed the post with a bounce pass so that Will can meet it and make a strong move inside.
Yes, the bounce pass for sure. And Will Shavely sinks the first. Jefferson with the 57-31 lead with 5 minutes and 24 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And he misses the second. Rattles in and out. Rebound by Damon Cook to Cameron Wilkes to Adam Walls to Christian Boduck. Christian looks around to Cameron Wilkes. He pulls up for 3, and he misses off the front iron. Rebound by Cameron Johnson to Jamari Jenkins.
I love what Jamari did right there, Keem. He probably could have went to the rim, maybe got fouled. He said, you know what, we're up 26 points, 5 minutes left. Let's make sure we get a good shot.
Yeah. And Deion Taylor with the great move, and he had the ball on the string. And Deion Taylor has taken this game over.
Yeah, absolutely. Dayon's energy has been infectious for this whole team. And what's good for me about what Jefferson's doing tonight, it's been a lot of Cam Johnson and Dayon Taylor being seniors saying, you know what, we're going to will this team to the state tournament one last time.
And Christian Boda with the step back and good.
I do like the adjustment Hedgesville's made, kind of putting him in the middle where we were getting some open looks against Jefferson's pressure. He's one of the better shooters on the team. We got to free him up a little bit.
And I think you also see that Coach Church wanted to have someone who's a little bit more dangerous at the high post as well, like more of an offensive threat.
Yes, absolutely.
Jaden Gladney to Cam Johnson. Splash! Cameron Johnson for 3.
I'll tell you, Keem, when Jefferson shoots like this, they're going to be hard for anyone to beat.
They're going to be hard, and they're up 29 right now. And Hedgesville hasn't even played a bad game, and they're almost down 30.
Yeah, now again, they haven't hit a lot of shots. It's another nice move by Christian Bolduc right there.
And my man Christian Bolduc is stepping up right now.
Yes, he is. He's trying, but when Jefferson's bombing you from 3 like this, it's a long night.
But in the words of some of my old coaches, it also matters when you score your points.
Yes.
So we call those with a little bit of slang, we call those garbage points when they come at the end of the game. We will go to a quick commercial break and come back with a little bit more analysis.
Welcome to 4-State Real Estate. We're your agents in West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania.
We are knowledgeable.
Honest.
Fun.
A team. We are authentic. Negotiators.
Hardworking. Family.
We are the highest producing independently owned real estate company in the Eastern Panhandle in 2021. We have 3 offices to serve you.
We are 4-State.
And we have another update for the Musselman High School Applemen and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. The Musselman Applemen are up 44-42 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the 4th quarter. So that game is a barn burner. It will come down to the wire. And I think the last game went to overtime, so it's not surprising.
Musselman's been in tough games all year long. They
everybody.
Don't seem to blow people out, but they never get blown out either.
Yeah.
Jefferson's made some subs here, put some young guys in the game. I don't think it'll be too long before they get Jamari Jenkins out of the game. I think they want a ball handler in. That's why he's in the game. But I like this move. You're up big. You got the state tournament next week. Get your guys out.
Splash! Cameron Wilkes for 3. And that's what he's been waiting for all game. And, in Cam, they're clapping up for Cam because that's the first one he's made. But as a baller, that's respect. You went to the game, you were worried about me, and that's the reason why that's a level of respect right there. David Haynes misses the shot, the rebound by Wyatt Shively, ball knocked out of his hand, and
just got another update here.
Another update.
Yeah, 3 minutes left in the game. Musselman is now up 6, 50-44 over Martinsburg. Just like I thought, Keem, Jamari Jenkins out of the game. Again, you don't want to get any of your core hurt going to Charleston the next week. So you want to make sure you're as healthy as you can possibly be.
And do you think some of that as well could be maybe to get him a little bit of applause from the fans for having such a good game as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You always want to try to get your guys out, especially your seniors. Dayon, Cam, Bryson. Yeah. This is the last time they're playing on this court.
Yeah, it is.
So there's no coming back here after this.
And that's an emotional time as well. Playing in front of the stands, playing in front of your friends and your fans. And the sophomore Colin Johnson misses the floater, but you're playing in front of your friends and for the last time.
Yeah.
The other games, they're going to be broadcasted by the state.
Yep.
Splash! Cameron Wilkes for 3. A little too late, but it's never too late to see the ball go in the basket, though.
No, and Cam Wilkes is coming back next year. He hasn't had his best game tonight, and he knows that. But he needs to watch some film, see some things he can improve on, and then go from there.
And he'll get in the weight room as well over the summer. I expect him to come back, his body be a little bit more developed, a little bit different. and be ready for that grind because next year they're going to be expected to make a run at Charleston.
Yes, absolutely.
It's Charleston or bust for them next year.
Absolutely.
Because after that,
it definitely is.
After that, the cupboard is a little bit, a little bit bare after these seniors leave. These juniors will be seniors next year after the year 2023, 2024.
Nice moment for Coach Church right there with senior Logan Blau. They've been through a lot together over the last couple of years. It's good to see that.
Yeah, and he's hugging all the seniors because Kelly Church loves his players. He's misunderstood. Kelly's a very misunderstood coach because he's hard, but I'm from that old school. I like it. You know what I mean? I love it.
Having played for him, I will say it's tough love, but it is love.
Yes.
You gotta, and I'll tell you, it makes you a better man going forward.
And the thing about it is, you can't get strong-minded kids from being soft.
Nope.
You have to have a level of tough love and love.
Yeah.
But I think it's missing this generation where a lot of people nowadays, when a coach yells or whatever it may be, they're quick to want to transfer their kid or say that the coach is mean or whatever it may be. No. Let your kid be coached hard. Let him be coached tough. And I guarantee you, by the end of the season, you will see progress.
Yeah, absolutely. Keem, I'm going to give a quick shout-out. My man Tayshawn Roper down there getting some minutes as a freshman. Tayshawn's a kid at Wildwood who won 3 championships for us. Didn't lose a lot of games in his years there. He's one of my favorite kids I've ever coached. And you know Tayshawn.
Yeah.
Tayshawn has no quit in him, and he doesn't care how many points he scores, how many minutes he plays. He's going to give it his all the time.
And on the football field, he's a bad man.
Yes, he is. He's going to be impressive this year. That's a name to watch out for.
Yeah, he's a bad man. And another thing I want to shout out to, the community has lost 2 amazing people over the last couple of weeks. Miss Katie Barr, the Hedgesville community, we're here with you. And on a personal note, I call him Uncle Ricky because he's a lot older than me. But my uncle, Ricky Clark, I wanted to tell you, man, I really appreciate everything you've done, for me and my brothers. The time spent as children, was one of the best experiences of my life. And as you transition, I just want to say, for me personally, and I know everybody at Home Team Sports TV, have a blessed transition, and I love you. So we got to hear the Jefferson clap. We all know what that means. When the fans get that Jefferson clap, that's a Jefferson victory. Jefferson up 65-47 with 31 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Musselman's up 10 now with 1:29 left. Looks like they should go on to make a state tournament appearance for them as well.
And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say this because everybody already knows it. I'm proud of my nephew Jordan Holmes.
As you should be.
100%.
Yeah.
We going to Charleston, man.
Yeah.
I want to see my baby. I'm gonna see my baby boy.
Yeah, he
my
deserves
nephew,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Jordan, he wants it.
Right.
He wants it. And I remember texting him. I said, hey, this is where we're gonna see, your heart. I said, will your team to Charleston if you have to? Yeah. And he just put a thumbs up and said, okay,
yeah. And obviously we're not watching the game, but had a great first half.
And I guarantee you, Jason Gordon. I guarantee you, Connor Long. I guarantee you that Trenton Wolf play like dogs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Musselman's a lot like Hedgesville. They might not be the most athletic team, but they are really, really well coached and a solid team.
And I'm gonna say something too. And this might sound crazy, and people might think that I'm slightly nuts, but this might have been one of the best jobs that Dave Rogers has done, because Martinsburg didn't have, the talent they normally have, and by the end of the season, Martinsburg was a problem. So Dave Rogers, and to your community, Berkeley County and Martinsburg, you guys are ballers. Next year, you're going to be a serious problem. Aiden Jackson, Avion Blackwood, they're all going to be back. This area is going to be a problem, Ryan.
Yes. A lot of bright futures in this area, Keem.
And Jefferson has punched its ticket to Charleston with the 65-48 win over the Hedgesville Eagles. We will go to a quick commercial break. and come back with the post-game analysis.
Welcome to 4-State Real Estate. We're your agents in West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania.
We are knowledgeable.
Honest.
Fun.
A team. We are authentic. Negotiators.
Hardworking. Family.
We are the highest producing independently owned real estate company in the Eastern Panhandle in 2021. We have 3 offices to serve you.
We are 4-State.
Having a family dinner, cookout, or company event and don't feel like cooking? How about you let HG's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering handle all your catering needs? We have everything from smoked meats to soul food sides, everything made from scratch just for your event. Please contact us at 816-438-1101 or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com HG's Barbecue and Catering. We gladly serve the Eastern Panhandle and DMV areas.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Cougar Cage where Jefferson and some of their fans are on the floor celebrating this regional championship and an undefeated season. Obviously a big-time season for Jefferson. Anytime that you can go undefeated, it adds a little bit of it's a little bit of an extra prize for you at the end of all this. It's been great to watch this year. Tonight, big-time efforts from Cam Johnson and Dayon Taylor, the seniors who you expect to step up with a berth to Charleston on the line. Honestly, Hedgesville did not play bad at all when Jefferson is shooting the ball like this, and everybody in the area, everybody in the state knows this. When Jefferson's hitting threes like they did tonight, they are almost impossible to beat. I would venture to say that they probably hit, I know they hit into the double digits probably. Cam Johnson had several, Dayon Taylor with several. Jaden Gladney got hot there for a little bit. So it was a really fun game to watch. Jefferson's celebration is going to continue for a little bit. And I don't blame them. It's been a long year. It's been an interesting one to watch. So this is good to see. This is good for the community. So we got kids being lifted up now and everything. This is awesome. Keem Holmes is back with me now. Keem, what was your overall takeaways from the game for both teams?
I think the first quarter, Hedgesville came out and they played the game that they wanted to play. Then I feel like after the first quarter, Jefferson kind of willed it. They inserted their will. They changed the game to what they wanted it to be, and unfortunately, Hedgesville didn't have enough firepower to stay with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They needed kind of like a Herculean effort from Cam Wilkes. I think they needed a Herculean effort from Christian Boduck. Maybe a game where they both had 20 to 25 to be able to win, but unfortunately, they weren't unable to get that done. And the better team, is going to Charleston.
Yeah, absolutely. We said coming into the game, I thought Hedgesville was going to need 3 guys. I thought they were going to need 3 guys to play really good games tonight. To be honest with you, I thought Christian came on late. Cameron obviously struggled with his shot a little bit. I thought the MVP of the night for Hedgesville was probably Jackson Ruest. He battled inside. He did the little things for him, which he always does. But they needed the other efforts from the other guys on top of all that. Where Jefferson got good efforts from their guys. Cameron Johnson had a stellar game. Dayon Taylor played great. Jaden Gladney got hot there for a little bit. Jamari Jenkins had a solid floor game. So that was big. That was the biggest takeaway for me. Hedgesville didn't have great performances from their guys. Jefferson certainly had great ones from theirs.
And then you can't. I would be remiss if I didn't say that it's a level of a crutch that you have when you realize that I can have a bad game, but 6 other players, can have my back. Whereas I don't know if Hedgesville has that luxury. That if Cam Wilkes doesn't have a Herculean game or Christian Boduck doesn't have a Herculean game offensively, so to speak, it's going to be hard for them to win. And that's why basketball's a team game. That's why it will always be a team game. And it doesn't matter if a player might be the best player on his team. If that player isn't loved and respected and admired by the teammates that are around him, that support him, that team won't go anywhere.
No.
And I'm not saying that's in Hedgesville's locker room. Let's not even take it to that. I'm speaking in general terms that this Jefferson team right now has players on it that led their middle schools. They were the man.
Absolutely.
They were the one that everybody leaned on, and typically when you see teams like this, they come together. They don't gel. No one really wants to take that backseat, and this team has really been unselfish this year, and I think that's the reason why they're going to be 22-0 going into Charleston. And I'm very interested to see the seeding.
Yeah.
Are we going to get disrespected in the Eastern Panhandle?
Yeah.
Are they going to make it so that maybe Jefferson's a 1 seed and Musselman's an 8 seed, or Jefferson gets a 2 or a 3 seed and Musselman's an 8 seed going against, a Morgantown, so to speak.
Right.
So I think a lot of this is predicated on, I think there was an upset in the Morgantown University, Wheeling Park, that region. I think Bridgeport did steal a game.
They did.
So, I know that Musselman and Jefferson both beat Bridgeport.
Right.
So if they pulled off the upset and they get to go to states, I mean, that obviously that would bode well for Musselman.
Absolutely. I go down to the state tournament just about every year. Played down there 1 year. The Eastern Panhandle does get a little bit disrespected. There's no ways around that. I know when I was a senior and we made it down there, we had 4 losses all year and ended up being the 8 seed. So you're wondering how that works. I just don't know how you deny Jefferson. Even if they don't get the 1 seed team, I don't know how you deny them the 2. And at that point, 1 or the 2, you're not really getting home court advantage anyway. I think they should be happy with either one. I don't look for them to play Musselman first round. I think that they'll avoid that, even though they'd say that they don't. We all know that deep down, it's just like when the NCAA tournament does their seeding. You don't want to put 2 teams that have played each other 2 or 3 times already in there. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see. Of course, we're going to wait for some results around the state. The seedings will come out later tonight. But I look for Jefferson to be the 1 or the 2, as they should. And I would say Musselman, depending on other results, it's probably going to be somewhere between the 6 and the 8.
Yeah, and throughout the broadcast, like I said, I'm going to be professional. The score is 58-54 right now, the Musselman game, so it's not over. And that goes to speak to Dave Rogers. Like I said, this is probably one of the best coaching jobs that Dave Rogers has ever done.
I agree with you.
But if Musselman does pull that out, I am very happy for my nephew Jordan Holmes. He's a senior. He's played his butt off, all season, and from the Holmes family, to be completely honest with you, that's like this is the best possible scenario as Jefferson Cougar alumni. To see Jefferson go, it's great.
Yeah.
But to also see your nephew go that you love dearly, I don't think that anyone in the Holmes family could ask for anything else. So we did get a final. Musselman did complete that, and they will go to states. But going forward, we will go to the stats.
Keem, real quick, before you do that, I know you're talking about Jordan as someone obviously in your family you care about. I want to talk about Jamari Jenkins for a second. I have a pretty special relationship with that young man because I coached him, and he was my point guard for 3 years.
Yeah.
And being a point guard coaching him, Jamari Jenkins hadn't lost a basketball game in the school setting, and we're pushing 50 games now. Like he went undefeated his last year at Wildwood. He went. I think he won his last 4 games as a 7th grader, and then he comes out and goes 22-0 this year. So he's up to at least 46, 47 games. There's something to be said about that. And, of course, he needs help. I'm not saying it's all Jamari. But the level of leadership that he brings as a freshman on this team, I think speaks that's going to be big for them going down to the state tournament.
It is. And the thing about it is a lot of people don't realize just how special it is for him also and Jaden Gladney.
Yeah.
They were always pitted against each other
Yep.
as kids, competing and battling because they were two of the better players. Well, let's be honest with you, they were two of the best players in their age group.
Yep.
And they didn't get caught up in the nonsense that went on outside the basketball court, and they played beautifully together.
Yes.
So to be able to watch that as Richard Lewis, who's taken a lot of flack throughout the years, cuts down the nets. After leading Jefferson to 22-0, it's just beautiful to see. Now, getting into the stats, for the Jefferson Cougars, we have Jaden Gladney with 13, Deion Taylor with 12, and he had 7 in the fourth quarter. Cameron Johnson with 18, Jamari Jenkins with 11, Bryson Fleming with 3, Wyatt Shively with 1, and Will Shively with 7. And would you say that Cam Johnson was a player of the game?
Yeah, for me, I didn't see the stats. It was definitely between Cam or Deion for me. I thought Deion, even though he was the 3rd leading scorer on the defensive end, man, Deion makes some plays that just, make your eyes go
so
huge
maybe
for you.
Player of the game.
And we might have to. And I think it was kind of fitting for them both as seniors.
Yes.
I think it's only right probably.
Okay, and for the Hedgesville Eagles, we have Mr. Blau with 8 points, Cam Wilkes with 15, Damon Cook with 4, Christian Boda with 8, Jackson Ruiz with 8, Mr. Matthews with 3, and Eli Faircloth with 2. And the player of the game, we will do a co-player of the game, and it will be Cameron Johnson and Deion Taylor. So what we will have a brief interview with both. Hey, Juwan. It's Cam and Deion. We apologize. We just want to make sure that we honor both of those young men tonight for excellent performances. We will have co-players of the game, which would be Cameron Johnson, the senior, and Deion Taylor, the senior. Cam was a leading scorer. Deion might have been the 3rd leading scorer on the team, but his defense and his energy was actually the spark that took that game from, 18-13 after the first quarter.
Yep.
And then they just blew them away.
Floodgates open.
So we will take a quick commercial break, and then we will come back with the players of the game and the interview with Coach Richard Lewis.
Welcome to 4 State Real Estate. We're your agents in West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania.
We are knowledgeable.
Honest.
Fun.
A team. We are authentic. Negotiators.
Hardworking. Family.
We are the highest producing independently owned real estate company in the Eastern Panhandle in 2021. We have 3 offices to serve you.
We are 4 State.
Having a family dinner, cookout, or company event and don't feel like cooking? How about you let HG's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering handle all your catering needs? We have everything from smoked meats to soul food sides, everything made from scratch just for your event. Please contact us at 816-438-1101 or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com HG's Barbecue and Catering. We gladly serve the Eastern Panhandle and DMV areas.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying.
And we're back at the Cougar Cage, where we have your Jefferson Cougars over the Hedgesville Eagles 65-47 in the regional championship. This game is sponsored by Adam Shively of 4 State Real Estate, your community real estate solution. 240-405-5575. We also have the player of the game, Hoops for Hunter. The players of the games will be a co-player of the game with Cam Johnson and Deion Taylor. The sponsor, Quintez McDonald Gibson of Integrity Home Mortgage. HG's Barbecue, 816-438-1101. Please call HG for all your catering needs. I can attest, HG has catered my Super Bowl party. He catered with my brother coming in. You know, we had this with family. It's amazing. Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance, 202-431-6896, and Cheryl Yates of ERA Realty at 304-261-6109. And we are joined by Cam Johnson.
What's up?
What's up, man? You know, your people's been on me the last couple of games. You know, they talk about, man, Cam stats. They'll carry me to be playing the game, and I say, hey, I said, trust me, Cam gonna do his thing.
For sure.
He gonna earn it, and he gonna get it. Mm-hmm. And tonight was the night.
Yep.
Tonight, man, you balled out. I was talking to Ryan on the post game about how at 6'5", and you know the conversation we had the last time about guard skills, how that has impacted, you know, how people have to cover you.
Right.
Remember that first game they had the Eli Faircloth kid starting. Mm-hmm. But today they went a little bit smaller and had Jackson West guarding you.
Right.
How did that impact how you decided to attack the Hedgesville defense?
Well,
first off, I was just trying to get to the rack, get my teammates involved from the jump, and we just tried to put pressure on the Hedgesville offense because they don't take care of the ball that well when you put pressure on them.
So was that something as a team you guys felt like was essential to victory, is putting pressure on them and making their ball handlers uncomfortable?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Cam, obviously last year you guys got down to Charleston. You battled for, I want to say, 3 quarters, and in the fourth quarter things kind of got away from the team a little bit. What is something that you learned from last season that you want your teammates to realize going down there this year, that we need to be prepared for this, to be down there 2, 3, 4 nights?
We just got to go down there and play the same basketball we have all season. We can't be nervous. We just got to go out there and play hard. That's all it is.
And you also realize that there is a level of them not knowing how good teams are from this area because we are so far away and disconnected, from the other side of the state. Is that something that excites you as well? Is playing against teams that you've never seen before, making a name for yourself with teams and players and coaches that might not know who Cam Johnson is at this time?
For sure. It's always fun to play new competition, and what's fun about it, they don't know what you about to do besides the film. They never played against you in a real game.
And the thing about it, Cam, is the games are harder when you play a team 3 times. Right? These players that you're playing against, some of them you might have played with. Others you've played against for 4 years. So it's a little bit harder. Do you get like a level of, not relaxation, but do you get a level of peace knowing that, all right, going forward, we're going to play against some fresh people that I don't know. Let's just go out there and ball.
Yeah, it's just peaceful to even go down there. I'm just ready to go down the States. It don't matter who we play. We going to come out fighting.
Yeah, one thing I can say, Cam, is for a senior, that recruitment is still open. Charleston is a place where you're going to have college coaches coming there to watch because that's for the first time they can see all the best players in the state in one place. And as an adult, what I would say is, go down there and you have fun. Don't let any added pressure, be added on you. But just, you're a special ball player. Your talent speaks for itself. Go down there and ball, and hopefully everything works out. At that time. But it was a pleasure to watch you over the last 4 years. I know that tonight was your last home game.
It's crazy.
Is that something that makes you a little bit emotional thinking about it?
I mean, not really emotional, but I'm just happy that we ended off the season a good win, and I'm thankful for all the fans, all the support we've got throughout the season.
And something, Cam, you will always be able to say that I was a part of the first Jefferson team that ever went undefeated. How's that feel, boss, man?
It feels great.
Feels good. Good luck to you guys in the States. Anything you guys need, reach out. Obviously, you've had enough of HD's barbecue to know. Go ahead and give HD a little shout out of how good his cooking is, man.
Hey, you got to come check it out. That soul food hit different.
It hit different, man. We're gonna take a quick 30-second break, and then we're gonna have Ryan Miller interview the other player of the game, Deion Taylor.
Thank you.
All right, boss, man. Ready to get that shout out to HD.
Welcome to 4-State Real Estate. We're your agents in West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania.
We are knowledgeable.
Honest.
Fun.
A team. We are authentic. Negotiators.
Hardworking. Family.
We are the highest producing independently owned real estate company in the Eastern Panhandle in 2021. We have 3 offices to serve you.
We are 4-State.
All right, we are back with our other player of the game, sponsored by Hoops for Hunter, Mr. Dayon Taylor. 12 points tonight, Dayon, but a lot of other things as well. One thing we always say about you on a broadcast is you don't necessarily score all the time. When you need to, you do, but it's all the little things, the steals on defense, the rebounds you fly in for, the little things on the court. You talk about your mindset going into games and how, talk to the young kids about how you don't necessarily have to score to impact the game.
Yes, sir. That's been my main thing this year is we have a lot of scorers on the court. So as me being one of them, I have facilitation ability, so I look for them to score more because I'm a more defensive player. I love to play defense. So I'd rather hustle more on defense, get stops for them to help the team move on.
Right, and absolutely. That's a very mature thing. And being a senior, that's what you expect out of your senior leaders. So you talk a little bit about how you, Cam, Bryce, and all the seniors have kind of stepped up in a leadership role this year to kind of propel this team to obviously a great undefeated season in the state tournament berth.
I would say a lot in practice, even off the court. Like out of off seasons too, we all put in a lot of work, and we came together through the summer and put in work, and that's how we got it all done.
So we commented pregame about how Hedgesville in the half court runs a lot of good stuff. Like they're very disciplined. That's how Hedgesville is always going to be.
Yes, sir.
Can you talk a little bit about maybe the preparation and how you guys prepared for all the stuff Hedgesville can throw at you, along with some of their shooters that they have, because they flood the floor with shooters similar to what you guys have.
Yes, sir.
They just don't have quite the ability to get up and down like you. So talk a little bit about preparing for Hedgesville this week.
We did a lot of film sessions. We were in there for a good, not just 30 minutes, but in there for an hour just studying, so we knew what we were getting ourselves into. We played them 2 times, so, we knew the players and how they like to play and how they like to move. But offensively, when they dropped into the backcourt, they'd get to moving, we had just had to lock down and stay disciplined between each other.
For sure. And you guys did a great job of that. They played with you guys for a quarter.
Yes, sir.
And then it seemed like you guys went to more of a run and jump. We're going to run around a little bit, trap even in the half court, full court, it didn't matter.
Yes, sir.
Was that an adjustment that was made at the quarter? And talk a little bit about how that changed the game for you.
Sir, that wasn't an adjustment. That was just us players bringing more energy. We wanted to win. We wasn't trying to go out. So we put it all on the court and came together and started hustling, getting turnovers, making stops, scoring the ball off of them too. Yeah.
So obviously your last game on this floor, last time putting on that jersey, obviously ends on a high note.
Yes, sir.
So talk a little bit about how your career here has matured at Jefferson, because obviously you played varsity as a freshman coming in. It's been a long road because you struggled your first couple years.
Long road.
But it's really paid off for you. Talk a little bit just about your journey here at Jefferson.
I would say the freshman year it was definitely a storm, a bad storm. We had to work through it. And then the next year we put some keys together. A lot of people think Coach Tech made a big mistake canceling all the seniors at the beginning of my freshman year, but I think he made a smart move doing that and building the team so that we could get here today.
Yeah, and it's definitely paid off because not only are you guys as seniors good, but obviously Tech moving up some of the young guys to play with you, Jamari Jenkins, Jaden Gladney, those guys have been big for you. So having a nucleus of seniors and young guys has really been fun to watch.
Yes, sir.
So obviously now we're going to Charleston, playing on Wednesday for the state tournament. Still waiting to see who we play.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about your mindset, kind of how you stay grounded going into the big stage down there. Talk maybe a little bit about how last year's experience can help you this year.
I would say definitely humble, staying humble.
Yep.
We got to keep putting in the work, same work we were putting in at the beginning of the season. And going down there for the second time, we know what to expect when we step on that court. So we just got to be ready this time. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, 22-0. You're going to go down there with the target on your back, so you better be ready to go.
We're not paying attention to the record.
That's good. That's smart. Can't do it. Can't do it. Record starts over at 0-0 every game.
Every game.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Dayon Taylor. Congratulations, Dayon, on a great season. We will head to one more commercial break and come back with Coach Richard Lewis for an interview.
Welcome to Four State Real Estate. We're your agents in West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania.
We are knowledgeable.
Honest.
Fun.
A team. We are authentic. Negotiators.
Hardworking. Family.
We are the highest producing independently owned real estate company in the Eastern Panhandle in 2021. We have 3 offices to serve you.
We are Four State.
And we're back at the Cougar Cage where the Jefferson High School Cougars has punched their ticket to Charleston. We will give our final thoughts. Ryan, we had conversations throughout the day of what needed to occur for both teams to get a victory and hit the Charleston. Unfortunately, only one team can make it. So what is your opinions of Jefferson going forward? And what do you feel like they need to do to potentially cut down the nets in Charleston?
Yeah, well, Jefferson's got to play their game. When they get into the up-tempo game where they're shooting and hitting threes in rhythm, I don't see how you guard this. Not often do teams in this state especially have 5 guys on the floor at all times that can shoot the 3-ball. What's nice for Jefferson is they probably got, in their rotation, they got 6, 7 guys that can come in off the bench, and all of them can shoot. Yeah. So it's going to be fun to watch. Now, I will say the different setting down in Charleston, hopefully that doesn't mess with them. Hopefully they can get out of, get some shots and warm-ups early. The background's a little bit different. So that can play a factor. But I think if they play their game, they'll be just fine.
And a bigger court can be, have its pros and cons. With a team that runs and spaces the floor as much as Jefferson, to a team that's not as athletic, it could be a serious issue.
Yep.
But I hope this matchup happens. I don't know if it will happen, but I would love to see the matchup of Jamari go against that point guard from Morgantown. That's someone that we hear a lot about. My brother's son Jordan played against him, and he said the kid's special. He's only a sophomore, so it could potentially be a battle for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Going forward, so I would just love to see that matchup.
Yeah, Jamari saw him. We actually traveled with Jamari's 8th grade year going into that at Wildwood. We traveled up to Clarksburg and played, and he was up there playing for Suncrest. And we saw him then, and of course I keep an eye on his stats and stuff. But that'd definitely be a fun matchup to watch.
Yeah, it will be. So we will close this broadcast. And obviously, only 2 teams can make it to states this year. And out of our section, those 2 teams will be the Musselman Appleman and the Jefferson Cougars. So, from Home Team Sports TV.
You let the people see this.
From Home Team Sports TV, we have the Jefferson High School Cougars with the 65-47 victory. From Home Team Sports TV, good night. God bless, and peace out.